Hi, Pastor Steve here. I want to thank you for listening today, and I want to encourage you because I know that God will truly bless you as you study His Word. So hey, let's get started.
Hey church family, today we will conclude our series on men and women of the Old Testament. I think it's fantastic to end this series with a great biblical leader. This leader exemplifies many qualities that we should all learn from and even try to imitate. Her story can be found in the book of Judges, and today we will be camped out in Judges chapter 4, where we will learn about Deborah. If you don't know the story of Deborah, then I would encourage you to read all of chapter 4 and all of chapter 5 from the book of Judges. Now, if we jump into this biblical narrative, you will see Deborah leads the Israelites against the Canaanites. The Canaanites have been oppressing the Israelites for some time, but inspired by God and aided by the military leader named Barak, the armies of Israel mounted an all-out assault on the Canaanites. Now, they were able to defeat Commander Sisera, and then the Israelites lived in peace for the next 40 years or so. The Bible is clear that Deborah was a judge. Now, we're not certain why she was appointed a judge, for in this time period, it would have normally been a man. But God always has his reasons. Judges 4:4 makes it very clear that Deborah was also a prophetess. This makes her both a political leader as well as a spiritual leader for the people of Israel. In the brief time that we have remaining today, I want to run through 7 qualities that we can see in Deborah's leadership. These qualities are ones that we should try to emulate. The first is having wisdom. As a judge, people came to her for counsel and for guidance. Judges in the Bible were more than just legal decision makers. They provided wisdom for the military leaders. They provided direction from God for the deliverance of God's people from oppression. The second is that Deborah was approachable. The people of Israel came to her. They sought after her. She was a leader for the people, and they needed her wisdom. By being approachable, she made herself into a leader that listened and then provided that wisdom from God. Judges 4 verse 5 says, "She held court under the palm of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in the hill country of Ephraim, and the children of Israel came to her to have their disputes decided." Now, thirdly, Deborah was sensitive to God's call on her life. She knew God. She spent time with him, and she knew what he wanted for his people. Her knowledge of what God wanted Barak to do is seen in chapter 4, verse 6. This implies that she was sensitive to what God was telling her to do. Now, not only was Deborah an approachable leader, not only was she a wise leader, she was also a courageous leader. In Judges chapter 4, verse 8, we see the military leader Barak tell her, "If you go with me, I will go. But if you don't go with me, I won't go." Barak was supposed to be the leader of the Israelite army. He was supposed to lead the Israelite army into battle. And here he is telling Deborah, "I won't go unless you go too." Now, for some reason, Barak's courage came only when Deborah demonstrated faithful courage to do what God asked her to do. Therefore, our 5th lesson, Deborah was a leader to leaders. Barak was the military leader, a man in a powerful position. He oversaw thousands of men. Yet Deborah leads Barak in his decision-making process, as well as leading them in the battle itself. You see, Judges 4 verses 14 says, "Deborah said to Barak, 'Go, this is the day the Lord has given Sisera into your hands. Has not the Lord gone ahead of you?'" Deborah is clearly a courageous leader to leaders, both female and male leaders. Now, 6th, she had a heart for her people. Judges chapter 5, verse 9 talks of Deborah's heart being with the rulers of Israel, inspiring leaders care deeply about people. Inspiring leaders care deeply about people that they serve. And finally, this last one really is important for all leaders, but Deborah recognizes who gets the honor. In Judges chapter 5, verse 3, it says, "Hear this, O kings, listen, you rulers. I will sing to the Lord. I will sing. I will make music to the Lord, the God of Israel." When the battle is over and the people are rejoicing, Deborah points all the glory and honor and power back to God. She gives all the praise and adoration back to the God of Israel. Friends, hopefully you have enjoyed this series on men and women of the Old Testament. I'd encourage you to take a moment and do a little study on your favorite character of the Bible. What can you learn from them? What do you want to emulate about them? Can you learn some things that you shouldn't do? Either way, friends, happy studying, and I hope to see you Sunday.
Thanks again for listening today. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd like more information about our church, or if you just want to share what God's been doing in your life, drop us a line, give us a call. Again, may God bless you.